Hello everyone, welcome to Genius Mathematics. In this video, we are going to be seeing about the divisibility tricks for the numbers 1 to 10. Let's start with 1. 1 is just an easy number. Every number is divisible by 1. So we can write any number. Example, even the prime numbers are divisible by 1, like 70. Now let's get to number 2. The divisibility trick for number 2 is any even number. So any even number is divisible by number 2. So we can write even number. Or the number at the unit place must be an even number. That is 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. Example, we can say 24, we can say 40, 40 like that. For 3. Now here this will be very helpful for you. The divisibility trick for 3 is just add all the numbers. Example, let's say we have a number like 111. If we add all these numbers separately, that is 1 plus 1 plus 1, we get 3. Since 3 is divisible by 3, this number is also divisible by 3. The thing is, the result of this can not only be 3, it can also be any divisible number by 3 like 6, 9, etc. Now let's see another number. Let's say we have 576. If we add all these numbers, we get 18, which we again add to get 9. This is also divisible by 3. So this number is also divisible by 3. This is the case for the number 3. So let's write 576, 111. Now let's get to the number 4. For 4, we need for the number 4, we need to get the last two numbers. If the last two numbers are divisible by 4, then the whole number is also divisible by 4. Let's get an example. Let's see if we have the number 16. We know this is divisible by 4. So since this is divisible by 4, the numbers 116, 216, 316 and so on, all the 100th numbers are also divisible by 4. The another trick for 4 is, we know the divisibility rule for 2. Just do that. Let's say we have a number like 46. If this is divisible by 2, we need to divide it by 2. We get 23. If this is an even number, then this is a divisible by 4. Let's get another example. Let's say we get 56. The half of this is 28. Since this is also an even number, this is divisible by 4. So that's another trick for the number 4. Let's get example 148. Now the easy one, the number 5. The number at the units place should be either 0 or 5. Example, let's say 50 and 105. So this we all know the divisibility rule for 5. So that's it. Now for 6, this is interesting. The divisibility rule for 6 is, we just need to apply the divisibility rule for 2 and 3. That is, let's take an example. Let's say we have a number like 11136. Let's say this is the number, just a random number. This is an even number, so it is divisible by 2. If we add all these numbers, we get a number which is divisible by 3. So this whole number is divisible by 6. That's an easy trick with 6. So we just need to apply the divisibility rule for 2 and 3. Let's take an example. Let's say 636. There's something like that. Now 7. This should be very useful because not a lot of people know the divisibility trick for 7. The thing is, just multiply the units digit by 2 and subtract it from remaining numbers. So I guess we will take an example for this. Let's say we have a number like 182. So we need to multiply the units digit by 2. So this is the unit digit number here. So we get 4. We have to subtract this from this. So we get 18 minus 4, which is 14. Since we know this is divisible by 7, we can also say this is also divisible by 7. So this is an example. But the result of this can be either 0 or a multiple of 7, like 14, 7, something like that. This is the divisibility rule for 7. Let's take an example like 168. So this multiple of 2 times 8 is 16. 16 minus 16 gives 0. So this number is divisible by 7. So example we take 168. So for the number 8, this is similar to 4 and 2. The thing is, we need to get the last 3 numbers to be a multiple of 8. I know this will be a little tough, but the real thing is we just need to take the last 2 numbers. So let's say we have 108 or something like this. The last 2 numbers, we know the divisibility trick for 4. So this is divisible by 4. Since the last 2 numbers are divisible by 4, we just need to divide it by 2. 54 we will get. If this number is also even, we have to divide again, because this is for the divisibility rule for 4. So if we divide it again, we get 27. Since this is not an even number, we can say 108 is not divisible by 8. Let's get another example. Let's take 848. This is divisible by 4. So we need to divide it. 424. If we divide by 2, we get 424. If we divide by 2 again, we get 212. Since this is an even number, then this is divisible by 8. That's a small trick for 8. But in higher numbers with more than 3 digits, we can just say the last 3 digits. We have to look for the last 3 digits to be multiple of 8. So this will help in numbers that are greater than 1000. Since 1000 is divisible by 8, we get 125. Since 1000 is divisible by 8, all the 1000th number that is divisible by 8 are divisible by 8. Like we saw the number 848. If 848 is divisible by 8, then 100848, 2848, all these numbers are divisible by 8. That's the thing with 8. So we can write an example. 848. So the thing about the number 9 is, this is very similar to the number 3. Just add all the numbers. If the sum gives a multiple of 9, the number is divisible by 9. That's the easy thing with 9. Let's take an example. Let's say 33093. All these numbers, if we add, gives 18. This is a multiple of 9. So this number is also a multiple of 9. This is very similar to the number 3. Just the thing is, we need to add to get the sum of 9. In this case, it can be any multiple of 3. So the next thing is the easy one, the multiplicity of 2. The unit digit must be 0. That's the thing. Example, we can write a lot. We can write 100, 90, something like that. So these are the divisibility tricks for the number 1 to 10. Thank you.